What's going on, everybody? Spunky Nights 91 coming at you another video. Coming at you with a update on Frank Clark. Exactly a week ago, I did a video on Seahawks defensive end Frank Clark and the Eagles being interested in him. Well, there's an update on that. The Seahawks have set a asking price for Frank Clark. The Seahawks have until July 25th to agree to a long-term deal with Frank Clark. But that seems very, very unlikely. You know, the Seahawks just gave Russell Wilson a, humongous contract extension, making him the highest paid quarterback in NFL history, or player in general in NFL history. So now they are looking to move Frank Clark and get value for him. And according to reports, the Seahawks are asking for a second-round draft pick for Frank Clark. I told you guys that the Chiefs, the Bills, and the Colts were the other three teams that had interest in Frank Clark, among with the Eagles. Well, none of those teams have a the Colts and the Chiefs don't have a second round draft pick. If they want Frank Clark, they will either have to try to see if they can trade their third round pick, or they will have to trade their first round draft pick. And I don't see the Colts or the Chiefs giving up a first round draft pick for him. Eagles do have a second round draft pick, but I'm not quite sure if the Eagles would trade their second round draft pick for Frank Clark. Frank Clark is a great player, absolute beast of a player. He had 13 sacks in 2018. He definitely would be a great addition to the defensive line. He absolutely would, and our defensive lines are already looking pretty good for 2019. Of course, we brought Brandon Graham back. Of course, you got Fletcher Cox, you got Malik Jackson, you got Derek Barnett, possibly Chris Long coming back. That has not been decided yet. You got Josh Sweat, Josh Sweat over there, Vinny Curry. So yeah, we have a pretty good defensive line, and I think it's gonna be the best D line we've had in a while. And adding Frank Clark to that will make that D line even scarier, man. That would be an absolute nightmare for opponents that have to go against, especially in our division, because we have some of the best running backs in our division. Of course, you got Zeke Elliott, you have Saquon Barkley, guys, Adrian Peterson. So we have some of the best running backs in our division. So having a very good, beefed up defensive line is very crucial to stopping guys like that, man. And so that pass rush as well will be absolutely monstrous. Bringing in Frank Clark would just make us that much better on the D line. But I'm not quite sure if the Eagles will be willing to part ways for the second round draft pick for him. I think the Eagles want to use that draft pick to draft a offensive line or defensive lineman of their own. That's ultimately what I see happening. I think they're just going to use that second round draft pick to draft somebody, develop somebody, and because Frank Clark's going to be demanding a big payday very soon as well. So I don't see this happening, man. But I just want to come on here and tell you guys that the Seahawks, their asking price for Frank Clark is a second round draft pick. Let me know what you guys think. Would you give up a second round draft pick for Frank Clark? Like I said, the guy had 13 sacks in 2018. He's a hell of a player, man. But I'm curious, would you guys give up a second round draft pick? Let me know in the comment section. If you're new, hit that sub button. Let me know what you guys think. As always, go Birds. Spunky Nights 91 is out of here. Fly, go fly. Peace.